Yeah. I think so, yeah. Well, I don't know.
Well,
I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. But actually, have you actually ever seen like Eubank and like Ben, like their dads fight? Have you ever watched those fights? Mate, they're so good. Actually, do you have Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
There's this doc you should watch, or you can have the cherry. There's this doc you can watch. It's called Four Kings, and it's basically another cherry. It's basically about Eubank, Ben, Lennox Lewis, and Frank Bruno, like in the 80s and 90s.
Were they all the same weight division, or?
No. So Bruno and Lewis were heavyweights, and then what weight were? I think they were middleweights. I think they were like middleweights, or.
Are their sons the same weight?
No. So Eubank's actually bigger. Eubank is bigger than Ben. Eubank usually fights at 160.
What's that? Sorry.
That is middle. No, I can't. There's so many weight classes I can't give up. But Eubank's usually 160. Conor Ben is usually been 147, which is middleweight, or, or 154 at 160.
Okay. Also.
So the original fight before the drugs test was going to be 158, I think, but this is going to be 160.
So that's Chris Eubank's weight, sorry.
Basically, yeah. So Ben is coming up 6 pounds. So a lot of people think that Ben is too small to fight Eubank, but then
who's the favourite? I think he's in yours.
Eubank is a slight favourite because obviously technically he's the bigger man, but not by much so. But he's the bigger man. He's fought better people and he's more experienced. But then Ben is very explosive, and also he's not killing himself cutting loads of weight.
Did you see the thing with his Chris Eubank's dad in that interview?
Oh well, yeah. I know it's weird because I listened to an interview literally last week of Chris Eubank Jr. saying his brother had a fight recently and he was there. They were both there and they were talking about it. And he said that his dad said cause obviously they sort of fell out a couple of years ago. He was saying how his dad was saying he doesn't think the fight will happen. Oh, and he was like, oh well, but they both agreed that he should fight Canelo next if he wins and all weird stuff. But I don't know. It's kind of sad, really.
Yeah, that is sad.
Well, boxing's been good recently. The last couple of years, in my opinion.
Yeah. I want to see anti-Joshua Fury, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
I think that will happen. I mean, I'm not 100% sure.
I guess it's all on Fury, isn't it? Is Joshua up for it?
Joshua's definitely up for it. Yeah, I think it's all on Fury. Definitely. But that would be good, though.
Yeah.
It'd be definitely really good.
That would be like the most, like... I think biggest, like for recent years, British boxing.
No, I think that's the biggest fight in British boxing history.
Really?
I don't think there's a fight bigger than that in British boxing history. Definitely not. I just think it would be so big and everyone would be watching. And I feel when either of those guys fight, everyone watches anyway. Imagine if like they both fought each other. It'd be crazy. What? Sorry, I thought you were going to say something.
I'm tucking away these sweets.
Mate, they're so addictive. The raspberry ones are the best in my opinion. I was going to say, are you watching anything at the moment, like on Netflix or anything?
I'm rewatching Game of Thrones.
I never watched Game of Thrones.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, I'm only rewatching it because Emily hasn't seen it.
Right.
So, yeah, we're rewatching that. But
I don't know. I've just never been into like, you know, like that sort of not sci-fi, but kind of like fantasy,
dragons, all of that.
But I've heard it's by so many people that it's so good.
Yeah, because I'm the same. I've never watched anything that's like fantasy, like Doctor Who or
like Harry Potter.
Or I don't mind Harry Potter, but yeah, I think
Lord of the Rings, that kind of stuff.
I've never seen that. Yeah.
Never really been into that kind of stuff. But apparently the plot is amazing.
Yeah, it is really good.
I haven't really watched many series because I've been trying to watch one film a year. Sorry, one film a week.
Yeah, what was the last one you watched?
Oh, I didn't get to watch a film last week because I was just busy with work. But the week before, I watched Good Will Hunting. So
okay.
Have you seen it before?
Well, I haven't seen it, but I've seen it on Netflix advertised. But...
Yeah, it's a good film. So I've been watching loads of classics that I haven't seen, basically. And I've been watching a lot of films. It's good to watch films, I think, because there's just so many good ones that I just haven't seen, kind of thing.
There's so many out. There's so many.
Have you seen that? Well, do you mind watching films that are like in foreign? You know, like obviously Narcos is in Spanish.
Oh yeah, no, I don't mind.
Have you seen the film Parasite?
No.
Oh my! So basically, that one film of the year, 2019 film of the year,
did it?
And I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix. So
I like the plot without giving too much away. Maybe.
It's hard to describe without giving it away, but all I can say is it's a Korean film.
Okay.
And it won film of the year in 2019.
I feel like I've heard of it, but
you've definitely heard of it because I always see memes for years. I always saw memes about it.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
But then I watched it, I think early this year, late last year, and it's so good.
Really?
It's so good. And it goes quick. It's like 2 hours, but it goes...
What is it on? Is it on anything?
I think I watched it on Netflix, but you can double check.
Yeah.
But it's a really good film.
No, yeah, I definitely need to see that.
Yeah, it's
Have you
definitely.
been watching Big Brother? Or?
I have actually.
Yeah.
Do you know what's funny? Because have you been watching it?
No, I've only been seeing clips on.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm a bit behind, so I'm like one episode behind.
Okay.
But there's an eviction Friday, so I'm gonna watch it quickly when I get back, and then watch it live.
Mm.
But it's been good. I mean, me personally, I actually prefer the when it's the real people.
Oh, okay, not celebrity one.
Yeah, the celebrity ones are good, but I think the real people are definitely better in my opinion.
Yeah.
I can't stop tucking away at these.
No, they're really good.
Yeah, but
So who do you think is going to win next week then?
what you went Ben?
Yeah.
Oh man, if I had to bet on it, and I
But
wouldn't
like,
be confident.
Do you think the hate is like real, or do you think it's?
Yes.
You actually think they hate each other?
They hate each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think they hated each other before, but because of everything that's happened with the drugs test, that's why it's made it.
Why has the drugs test made it even more like?
Because
I don't
obviously,
really know much of the story. Like I've seen the clips and stuff, but I don't
so
really know why.
Eubank and Ben were scheduled to fight in 2022, and then about a week or two before the fight, Conor Ben tests positive, and he said his reasoning was like a tainted supplement and that's the eggs.
Yeah.
That's why Eubank slapped him with the eggs, but. Basically, this fight was big before because of their dads had two amazing fights in the 90s. So everyone was excited to see it anyway. But now because of this, it's been long drawn out, and basically Eubank's been saying he's a cheat, and he's saying like it's dangerous because you're playing with people's lives and their health and safety, and you know it's all about money. And then obviously he's sort of saying Eddie Hearn, saying he's a scumbag, and he's calling everyone a scumbag. Do you know what I mean? So it's gotten very personal. So yeah, it's just massive now. So, but I think that I heard Eubank say there's a rematch clause.
Oh really?
So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who wins and what happens next.
Yeah, I feel like it's really anticipated. I feel like the build-up's been quite big for it. Like press conference was ages ago. Well, the first one wasn't it?
Yeah, because I spoke to loads of people. They thought the fight was that weekend, and I was like, no, it's not till April 26th.
That's what I thought as well. Yeah.
I'm so buzzing. And for Tottenham Stadium, they've done quite a few boxing matches there already. They've done AJ there, AJ Usyk there. I think they've done a Fury fight there.
Have you been to the Tottenham Stadium yet?
Yeah.
Oh, you've been? Yeah. Nice.
I went last year because one of my dad's mates is like a big Tottenham fan. He's got a season ticket, and he was away like around this time last year. So me and my mate went to watch Tottenham Burnley in the box.
Oh yeah.
And it was unreal.
Yeah,
it was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice. And I'm not really a fan of new football stadiums. I feel like the hype around new football stadiums is so like overblown.
Yeah, I prefer it like when maybe like what Liverpool did was they can expand.
Yeah.
I guess you have to have a big plot to do that.
Like Liverpool extended. I don't like the whole because people talk about a new stadium brings all this money and stuff, but if you look at it, the amount of clubs that have moved to new stadiums and then become very successful is not that many.
The Bernabeu, they expand on the Bernabeu, didn't they?
They expanded on. No, they didn't move. Yeah, so I like things like that. I mean, even Arsenal. Like Arsenal moved to the Emirates 19 years ago, but they haven't. They've won the FA Cup a few times.
Yeah.
They haven't won the league. They haven't won the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not a fan of new stadiums. I think they're a waste of time.
Did you watch the Champions League in the week?
Yeah, I can't lie. Arsenal looked great.
Yeah.
I was gutted though that Arsenal won. I was so gutted. I wanted Madrid to come back, but they looked so ropey, didn't they? Do you know what I mean? But I suppose you can't be best. You can't be great all the time.
No.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need like a change, don't you? I think Carlo will leave at the end of the season.
He said he's leaving.
He said he's leaving now. Yeah.
I think he said that before that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think they'll get Xabi Alonso. That'd be good.
I heard Jurgen Klopp was rumoured as well.
I heard that, but I don't see that happening. Because if he's gonna come back, it'll be for like international, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, but everyone like I feel like all the English teams have done well in Europe apart from Liverpool. Basically, Spurs are in the semi-final. Arsenal, Man United. I know City aren't there, but still, it's disappointing. I feel like we're gonna win the league, but it feels a bit disappointing the way it's kind of finished.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Who do you think's gonna win the Champions League now?
Man, so who is there? Arsenal, Inter, PSG.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, it's annoying because I wanted Bayern Munich to win it because of Kane.
Oh yeah.
Now if I could pick someone to win who I want to win, probably Inter, just to mix it up.
I think they've actually got a good chance. Well, I mean, there's only 4 teams left now.
And they got to the final, 2 years ago against Man City?
And I checked the odds, and they're the least favourite. They're like 9-2, which I think is good value.
That's
really.
basically 4-1. Yeah.
4-1. Yeah.
Ooh, I might have to have a little bet on that.
Yeah.
So Inter are playing Barcelona.
Yeah.
And Arsenal playing PSG.
Yeah.
Who do you reckon will win that? Arsenal or PSG?
Oh, that's tough.
I feel like PSG are unreliable. I know they're knocked out Liverpool.
They've got a bit better form now than they started the season, but yeah, Arsenal just look quite good in Europe at the moment.
Yeah, and Saka looks good.
Saka's back.
Yeah, so I don't
Will
know.
Gabriel be back? I'm not sure his injury. I don't know how long he's out for.
Well, I don't know, because that game's in, what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
So, it's massive. But to be fair, they beat Madrid twice without Gabriel, so who knows?
That Kivior look really
He's a good player,
well.
yeah. But one thing about Arsenal, their defence is really good.
Yeah, they're solid, aren't they? Yeah.
They don't score loads because they don't really have a striker, and Saka's been
No.
injured, but they can defend really well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Man United's game last night as well. Did you see
Oh
that?
mate, I knew they'd come back, but I was gutted when they did. I feel like they come back so much under Anarim. It's so weird. Like they'll lose like two. They start go down like 2 or 3 goals.
I know. I mean, 2 goals in added extra time though. That's just.
I know. That's poor from Leon though.
Yeah.
I don't care that they're 10 men. That's poor. Like, that's really poor. Yeah, I was a bit gutted about that. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm glad Spurs got through. I was saying, could you imagine if Tottenham finished like, I don't know where they are on the table, 15th, 16th? Imagine they finish 16th, win the Europa League, and then they're in the Champions League next year. That would be mental, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that will be mental.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, well, at work, there's a few Tottenham fans, and they're very Ange out at the moment, but
then imagine if he wins the trophy,
I
though,
know,
do you know what I mean? And a European trophy as well, which gets you into the Champions League.
I don't get why they're so bad in the Premier League, though.
I don't know, because it's weird. The start of last season, until like December, they were top of the league, and they were undefeated until... They were undefeated for like 3-4 months. It was so weird. They've had a lot of injuries, to be fair, but still, this is not good enough.
Do you think people are like sussing him out in terms of his like high line and?
Maybe, yeah. And the thing is, I actually like Ange, but you can't really defend the results.
Yeah, and it's like, it's good to have principles and what you stand for and how you believe the game should be played. But if you've been found out, let's say, you need to adapt. You can't just keep doing the same thing because
that is true.
Nothing's going to change.
We've been keeping an eye on like non-league, like Bromley and stuff. Where Bromley in the league?
So they've
done way better than people thought. Yeah,
secured safety from relegation. Playoffs, I'm pretty sure they can't get any more.
That's annoying.
But they won today, and
I
see Barnet are up there as well.
But I guess Barnet are still in the conference.
League, yeah.
So they might come up.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They're playing right now. I think it was 1-1 last time.
Oh okay, yeah. That's mad because it's funny when you see, like I always think in those leagues, in those like after below the Premier League, anyone can go up or go down. Yeah. Like you could just have one good year or one bad year and you're up or down. Do you know what I mean?
What do you think in terms of the 3 Championship teams all gone down?
Me personally, it is a bit disappointing. I always like at least one team to stay up. And to be fair, last year I think at least one team stayed up, right?
I can't remember last year.
There was at least one team that stayed up. I can't remember who it was, but there was at least one.
Was it?
No, I think Bournemouth have been up for a while. I know Sheffield United went down. I think were Norwich in the league last year? I can't remember. But it is disappointing when there's.
Do you think the gap between Championship and Premier League is just going to get bigger and bigger? Or?
I don't know, because I feel like there's more good players than there ever has been. Yeah. And if you look at some of the teams that have gone down in recent years, it's been very close. Do you know what I mean? Or teams have gone up for like Sheffield United when they first come up in 2019. They were brilliant. They finished like mid-table, and then the year after
they're up there, aren't they?
They're up there. Yeah. But I'd like.
I just look at their team now though, because I watched them play Plymouth the other day.
Yeah.
And like, they're a very good, solid Championship team, and they'll probably go up. But in terms of Premier League quality, I just think they'll come straight back down. I think the gap is getting just too big.
You think so?
Yeah. I think unless like they get backing from like a Newcastle or like a big backing like chairman to just put loads of money into it. I think the gap's just going to get bigger and bigger, and I think you're going to see more often just the 3 teams that come up just go down, which is obviously rubbish really, because then it's just it's turning into like the NFL of no relegation, no promotion.
Yeah. I'm hopeful that there will be some teams that come up.
Yeah.
Because there will always be a team. I know it hasn't really happened this year, but they sort of fall off and they're not, because you'll see it where big teams have gone down and you're thinking, how the hell have they gone down? Do you know what I mean? Like who went down in sort of recent years where you were like a bit like they were way too good to go down and it's happened?
I'm not really sure. Lee, I don't know.
Well, yeah, okay. Leeds is actually a great example because they were in the Premier League for like 2-3 years. Yeah. And they were like really good. Do you remember that? Like when what's his name again? Bielsa. Yeah. Was
Bielsa,
there?
Yeah.
They basically had the same players. They were like top half for like at least the first year, and then stayed up the second year, and then the third year they just collapsed. Yeah. And it's like they don't become bad players overnight. So I still think that you can be good. You need the right manager definitely, and you need to just get some good results like early on to get some momentum. I think.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's all about coaching, I think, as well.
Yeah. No,
Because
very
clubs will always find the money to buy players, I think.
true.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was actually going to ask you this. Do you actually listen to any podcasts or anything?
No, I do want to listen to more podcasts, but
Do you not listen to any at all?
nah. I've been reading more. I've been reading books recently.
Do you read on the way to work?
Read on the way to work.
Oh god, I feel like that'd be such a faff because you got to change stops and then you got like
No, once
the
you sat
book
down
in
on
place.
once you sat down on the train, then that's it. Yeah, but I wouldn't really like faffing about walking between stations. and
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What are you reading at the moment?
stuff. It's called the Thursday Murder Club, and it's Richard Osman. You know the.
Oh, he does Pointless. Yeah.
So he's wrote a few books, and there's like 4 of them in the series. I've read the first 2.
Yeah.
And I think there a Netflix film's coming out of the
Okay.
first one, so it'll be interesting to like see how
So
the
the
film is.
adaptation.
Yeah.
Is it a fictional?
Yeah, it's a fiction.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So you prefer fiction?
I prefer fiction. Yeah, but I have read non-fiction. I read Tyson Fury's autobiography.
Mm.
I read a book. I think it's called Atomic Habits.
Okay.
And it's quite a well-known one about how you should just make small changes in your life to get
So
bigger
like a
results.
self-improvement.
Yeah, self-improvement book.
I'm to be honest, I don't read books, but if I was going to, I would want to read non-fiction, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I want to read something where it's like, information that I can,
Yeah.
not necessarily, it doesn't have to be a self-help book, but something interesting like that.
Yeah, well, the last one I read was The Psychology of Money, which is a pretty famous one as well.
Is that about business and stuff?
Yeah, well, it's basically just about how people make decisions on money and their life and business and stuff, and it's basically emotional. It's not really guided by computers, or like the stocks can project and stuff like that with computers nowadays, but people make decisions just based on emotion, and it's the psychology of it basically, which was quite interesting.
Yeah. Do you know what's funny? I was listening yesterday to Joe Rogan, and one of the guests was Ilya Taporia.
Okay, yeah.
He was speaking to him for a couple of hours, and he was saying he reads books like all the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he said it's not necessarily martial art books, but he'll read books like that, and he said it helps him with his career.
I think it's nice though, because now I'm like staring at a screen all day. It's like, rather than just sitting on my phone on the train, I can just like take my mind off the screen time.
Yeah. When I'm commuting into work, I never.
You just listen to podcasts, do you?
I listen to podcasts, and then maybe the last 20 minutes of my journey, I'll put on some music.
Yeah.
But I'm always listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
I listen to loads of different ones.
I know you like what's the Joe Rogan one? Is your
Joe Rogan. I like the one I listen to most is probably the Ariel Helwani show, where he's interviewing fighters. Joe Rogan I listen to a lot. Theo Von's got a really good podcast.
Oh yeah, I've seen.
He's really good and he's funny.
He's funny, yeah.
Andrew Schultz has got a good podcast, and one of my favorite ones is these 2 comedians. One called, they do it together. This guy called Mark Norman and Sam Morril.
Oh yeah.
These 2 comedians, and they have this podcast called We Might Be Drunk.
Oh.
And what they'll do is, because they've got their own whiskey, but they'll have usually a comedian or an actor or they'll get all kinds of people on.
Yeah.
But they usually get comics on, and they'll just talk about comedy or what's going on in the news and just chat. And usually they'll have a drink. They'll have and if the guest doesn't drink, they just won't drink, but it'll still be funny.
Yeah.
It's honestly cracks me up so much.
Yeah, it must be funny how you can just like, the podcast changes when they have a drink. Like, does it get like funnier?
So no. To be fair, even when they're out without it, it's funny. But even when they don't drink, or even when they do drink, they're not getting obliterated.
No, yeah, of course, you're still online.
But I listened to one. They did one last week for like 2 or 3 hours, and they were battered. And it was just like so. It was with their comedian friends.
And I can imagine it's probably dependent on the guests they've got, how far they go and stuff like that.
And it's honestly, I was cracking up so much. But
that sounds like a good one. I might have to look at
yeah,
it.
you should. Yeah, they are really funny as well, and they'll talk about all sorts of like different
Okay,
topics and stuff. That's really good.
No, yeah, I'll definitely give that a go.
Yeah, and I think it's good I think listening to podcasts, what I like about that is there's not, like with a show, if someone's given like trying to explain something or trying to give a point of view, you have like a limited time.
Yeah.
And you can sort of say whatever you want. Where on TV you can't. There's limits, and you can only do this for 5 minutes. And do you know what I mean? I think
it's like a podcast a bit more unfiltered, like a bit more relaxed, and
because it's like you're having a conversation. People can actually give a point, like an argument or something, or explain something, and they can look things up as well.
Yeah.
That's what I like about podcasts. It's just you feel like you're involved as well when you're listening. Especially when you've been listening to a show for such a long time.
So I know you have obviously got this podcast, Masai. Who would be like your dream guest?
Dream guest.
Anyone in the world.
Anyone in the world.
We'll do it alive, and then we'll do dead as well. So kind of like
if I could interview anyone who is alive right now, Oh my god, that is big pressure. Well, I'd want to interview someone who I have a lot of knowledge on or know stuff about, and I'd want to be. Oh my god, this is such a hard question. Okay,
Okay, you do 3 then.
3. Okay, no, it's not even that. I'm just sort of blanking.
Yeah.
I'd want to speak to maybe.
I definitely think so it's got to be someone in the UFC, surely.
Yeah, do you know who might be a good one? Paddy Pimblett. I'd like to interview
yeah.
him. That'd be a good. That'd be a good one.
He just come off a win, didn't he?
Oh, did you watch his fight?
I saw it was like a knockout, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the guy, the ref stopped it, didn't he?
Yeah, he TKO'd Michael Chan. It was. That was his best ever
Yeah.
performance. It was so good.
Yeah.
He's literally one fight away from fighting for a belt. It's
Really?
crazy.
So who's got the belt in his weight division again?
Islam Makhachev.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's all kind of congested at the top.
Yeah.
But that event last week was one of the best UFC. That was actually the best UFC event this year, 100%.
Really,
yeah.
yeah.
Volkanovski got his belt back after getting knocked out twice.
I saw that, yeah.
He's the first ever guy to win a belt after the age of 35, especially after losing.
Really? Wow,
after
yeah.
under like 170.
He seems like whenever I've seen him, he's like such an impressive fighter.
Oh man, he's so good, and he's short as well. Like he's small. He's 5'6",
Yeah.
and he's just beating everyone. It's so good. I was so happy that he won. So happy that he won. But yeah, Paddy, man, it's just it's so impressive. Like I'm not gonna lie, I doubted Paddy Pimblett, thinking he wouldn't get to where he is now. I don't know if he'll be a champion because Islam is up there, and you got other guys up there like Ilia Topuria and Charles Oliveira. But you never know. It's one fight. Anyone can win a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, fair play to him. He's done amazingly well, and he's exciting as well.
Yeah,
and he's got that star power because obviously the Americans love him because of his accent and his hair. He kind of looks like the Beatles, and he's got that thing going on. Do you know what I mean?
That kind of,
he's got swag.
He's got the aura.
He has got aura. Yeah. Like Paddy has literally got that aura. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Who would you? I know you're like a casual fan, but who would you want to see like in the UFC fight or?
Who would I like to? Well,
or match up maybe.
The only one like I'd have loved to see like live, probably like Conor McGregor, but.
No, I mean like currently. Is there anyone? Is there any fights that you want to see at the moment, or?
Or
like a particular.
Well, like you said, Paddy Pimblett I know about. But yeah, I haven't really been following the scene for a while.
Yeah.
I don't really know who's.
Actually,
Leon Edwards. Is the Leon Edwards?
Oh man, he lost his last fight. He lost his last 2 fights.
Has he?
Yeah. Oh my god, it's so depressing.
Yeah.
So he defended his belt twice when he won it. He won it 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And he beat Colby end of 2023, and then he goes to defend his belt against Bilal. They do it in Manchester at the new Co-op Live Arena, and they do it at like 5 a.m. for an American audience, which is ridiculous. So there was like, I guess it is kind of an excuse, but in my opinion, not a real excuse. But he looked tired, and Bilal looked amazing, and he lost to Bilal, and then he fights Sean Brady like 4 weeks ago, and he just gets dominated and tapped. It was really sad. I don't know what's going on, man. Like I thought he'd win the belt back this year, but it's UK MMA at the moment. There's 1 or 2 guys who are doing. I feel like at 2022, 2023, UK MMA was like on such a high.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of this like.
Who is there? Paddy.
Aspinall.
Yeah.
Obviously Leon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like we're missing something that we had, that sort of buzz that we had a few years ago in British MMA, which is kind of sad because like UFC London and also the last few events in London and in the UK have just been very flat. The fights haven't been great. A lot of decisions, like we've had losses. It's not been what it's been in years gone by, where there's been finish after finish, and the big stars are there like Paddy and Leon.
Why do you think that is? Like the fights that get more decision based, or?
I just think some of the matchups, when you look at say UFC London, like what happened recently, I mean, some of the matchups are just styles make fights, and I just think some of the matchups were very, like grappler heavy, and some of our fighters aren't the best grapplers and stuff. So I don't know, and like some of the big stars that we've got, like Paddy was safe for this one. And then you've got Aspinall, who's waiting for a John Jones fight. So it's like, not everyone was there. Do you know what I mean?
Is that the next scheduled fight? Is it?
Well, it's meant to be. I mean,
because what's happening with John Jones? Is he fighting?
John Jones. Okay, so John Jones was scheduled to fight Stipe November 2023. Jones tears his pec a week or 2 before. The fight gets cancelled, and then Aspinall steps in to fight Sergey Pavlovich, the big Russian guy, and he fights for the interim belt, knocks him out. And then Aspinall was a champion. So when you have an interim champion, usually it's when the actual champion's injured, and then they're gonna fight to unify the
Yeah.
belts. But that didn't happen. So Jones was like, "No, I want to fight Stipe because that's for my legacy. He's the greatest heavyweight ever. I'm the greatest ever. It makes sense." But Aspinall's a better matchup. Do you know what I mean? More
Yeah.
exciting.
Wait, and did Aspinall beat this guy?
What, Stipe?
Yeah.
No, Stipe hadn't fought in
He
like
fought someone else.
Stipe hadn't fought in nearly 3.5
Oh,
years.
okay.
So actually, Aspinall ended up defending his belt against Curtis Blades, and then he's still the interim champion. And then Jones then beats Stipe, who's like retired, but
Yeah.
like he's over 40 years old. And it's just like, well, now
So do you think they
we're
will
still
fight,
waiting.
or-
Well, a lot of people, it's kind of 50-50. Some people think it will happen. Some people
Yeah.
don't think it will happen. I'm hopeful that it will happen because I think they'll pay Jones a lot of money and he'll do
Yeah.
it. But
Is he older than Aspinall? Is he?
yeah, he's about 7 or 8 years older than him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So people are saying that he's scared.
Yeah,
and he's
maybe if
that-
he thinks he's gonna like
so,
lose. Yeah.
so- but he'll get paid a lot of money. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That I would love to see
Depends
that
how
fight.
much
though.
might like.
Yeah,
How much?
they'd
Like,
have to
even,
pay
even
him.
if he paid him loads of money, if he thinks like, if he knows in his heart like he's past his best or whatever.
But I think he could beat. I think he could beat
yeah,
Aspinall.
I mean, if he thinks he can.
and he's the greatest of all time. I mean, he can definitely beat Aspinall.
Yeah.
It'll be close. I don't know
Yeah.
who I'd bet on in that fight.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
That'd be one I definitely have to watch.
Oh man, that'd be massive. But do you know? Have you ever seen Ilia Topuria?
I
Spanish
think I've
Georgian
seen
guy.
Clips, but
He is special. That
Is
guy
he?
is special. He looks like he plays for Real Madrid.
What weight is he?
He was 145. He knocked out Volkanovski,
Yeah.
and then he was the first guy to ever knock out Max Holloway. He just vacated his belt recently. Now he's going up to 155.
Oh, okay.
So he wants to go up and fight Islam for the belt.
Yeah.
And he's Georgian. He's from Dagestan, and they're right next to each other. Yeah, that would be a super
Is that
fight.
scheduled or is that still?
No, nothing's scheduled at the
nothing,
moment.
yeah.
Islam just fought Moicano in January,
Oh, okay.
so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But
I think like that's, like you said, if like UFC, well, especially in London, is getting like flat crowds or that kind of. If you get matchups like that people want to see, then
the thing
they
is
get
though,
fights.
they usually save those fights for like American crowds.
Yeah,
or
the American crowds.
what they'll
yeah.
usually do for like more regional things, like in the UK or if they go to Brazil, they'll pack it out with Brazilian fighters.
Yeah.
They'll put one or two names that are on there that everyone knows, but usually it will be UK fighters.
That
Or,
makes more sense though as well.
so you can find out about them, kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Have you been to the horse racing recently or watching horses? Did you
What
watch
was the last
Did you watch
one?
the National?
Yeah, I watched the National.
Did you win?
No, I didn't win.
That horse was 33-1. Nick
Yeah.
Rocket or something like that.
Yeah, Red Rocket. Willie Mullins' son won it. So it was Willie Mullins' trainer, and it's his son who won it.
How much did they get for that?
The National will be a lot, but I think jockeys only get a percentage of the winnings. So if you,
Well, they're not paid well.
I think the top jockeys obviously they're really on the best horses. So
Yeah.
I think it's a bit like Formula One, like the best. If you're like one of the best jockeys, you get the best. Yeah, you get the best car, best
Yeah.
horse kind of thing.
Are you still
But,
into Formula One?
Yeah, I still watch a bit of Formula One.
I'm not interested in it at all.
I know,
man.
yeah, you don't like.
I just
it.
find Formula One so boring. I just think it's just
It is getting a bit more boring because
Verstappen keeps winning.
No, so Verstappen hasn't.
He's won like the last 3 titles, hasn't he?
Oh, titles, yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
since the season's just started.
Well, it's only just started though. It's only been like
Yeah.
3 weeks. Yeah.
But I think McLaren look like they're going to win this
Where's
year.
Hamilton at Ferrari now?
Ferrari, yeah.
How's he
hasn't
doing?
really clicked yet.
Right. Is he
No.
washed?
Well, some people have said that it's now he's just getting old, so your reactions get slower.
Yeah, because obviously you've got to be
and-
really fit to do
Yeah,
Formula One,
and
don't
it's
you?
like your reactions, and as you get older, they just obviously go.
So who's the favourite to, or like who's looking good so far this
Lando
year?
Norris is up there.
Is
He's
he?
pretty good.
Is he
He's
English?
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like
Is there another English guy as well, apart from Hamilton, obviously?
uh
Is it? No, George something. George
George
Russell.
Russell.
Is he English as well?
Yeah,
I think I get those two confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Lando Norris. I think Lando Norris has like. I think he is English, but I think he grew up in Canada.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
like, he's
Okay, yeah.
English. But
Yeah, because you got to be quite rich to do
Yeah,
Formula One. I think
it's
Lewis
like-
Hamilton's like the only non-rich one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like before. I mean.
yeah, no, it is. Or like your dad was a Formula One race, like Max Verstappen's dad was a.
Yeah,
Formula
like he
One
comes from money kind of thing.
racing,
You can't
yeah.
just be like from
No.
inner city London and do like.
But I just
Formula
watched
One.
I watched the Masters as well. Rory McIlroy won.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch it, but my dad. But I know he was like losing and then he come back. Or
Yeah,
something,
so
didn't
he hasn't won a major in 13, like the last 13 tournaments, or like it's been a while. But basically, he's done like the Grand Slam, so you win one of every major,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was really good.
So
to
you watched
see.
it. You
I
watched
watched
it.
it. Yeah, well, I tried to.
Didn't
I
it
stayed
stay?
up-
What time did it finish? At 3 in the morning.
No, it was like midnight. But
Oh, okay.
I stayed up. Right, so basically, what happens is if you're tied after the 4 days, so him and this other English guy called Justin Rose were tied,
Oh, I know him. Yeah.
and then basically you do a playoff hole where you basically just do one hole. Whoever hits the less shots wins. So after all the 4 days of golf,
Oh
it all
wow.
comes down to
Like
one.
sudden death, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like a penalty shootout in football. and I stayed up for the whole 18, and then I fell asleep in bed.
Oh my
with my
days!
iPad for the
So you
playoff.
missed it.
Then I woke up and I could see him celebrating. I was like, oh, I missed the playoff hole.
That's so annoying.
But,
so is that Rory's first ever Masters?
Masters, yeah.
Right. Okay.
But he's now won every.
But he's quite
major.
young still though. He's like what 32, 30?
I don't know how old he is.
But he's been around forever. I feel.
Yeah,
like.
he has been around forever. So I think he was starting to feel like he's gonna get now.
Right.
But yeah, I was really tough for him.
Golf seems alright. I mean, I don't really watch it, but I feel like I'd find golf more exciting than Formula One, for example.
I only watched really the Masters and the Ryder Cup. I don't really watch any other.
Right, yeah.
The Ryder Cup's good. Do you know what that is? Like the Ryder
That's
Cup?
is that when they have teams. Is that Europe versus America? Yeah, that's kind of cool.
That's
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
Because then you see like all of them get really. That's really competitive.
I feel like it would be better maybe if they done it like.
And it's match play, so it's basically like they have different rounds. But what I like is with normal golf tournaments, it's whoever hits the least amount of shots over the 4 days.
Right.
But with match play, it's literally like me beat you for one hole. If I take less shots for you for that hole, I go one up. Then it restarts again for the second hole. So if you take less shots in the second hole, it'll be 1-1. Okay. Like that. So it gives you a chance.
And is it like best of how many or something?
It's for the 18 holes. So then whoever wins.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But instead of going like, say if I go 2 up, then it would go 1 up if you win the next. So it's like
right.
Like
So it's best of 18 basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
But then what if it's 9-9?
Then it will just be a draw, and then
okay.
but there's loads of other matchups because there's like teams. I think there's like, don't know how big the teams are, but I think it's like 10v10 or 12v12.
Right.
It's really good.
I feel like though, and that sounds dumb, but I feel like I'd feel more into it if I was American. You know, like if you was an American player.
Yeah.
You're actually representing a country. Europe is just a continent.
No, I do know what you mean, but it's just because if it was, I mean, yeah, you could
imagine if you did
like a World Cup of golf, couldn't you? That'd be quite.
Yeah, because I feel like say doing England versus like Asia or Africa, it's like that's one whole continent.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be better if it was like maybe countries, but I guess America's so big
golf,
though.
It's just like prestigious that if you're in the Ryder Cup team, that's
they
an
get
amazing achievement.
They get like a jacket, don't they?
Yeah. Oh no, that's the Masters. You get the green jacket.
Oh, I thought they get a jacket for the thingy
I think
as well.
they get you have like a white. You have so Europe's blue and America's red.
It's mad because with golf, it's similar like to that. You've got to be so good.
Yeah.
They have to be playing from when they're like 4 or 5, don't they?
Yeah. No, exactly.
And they have to be practicing. I guess you need rich parents for that as well because you need to play golf.
That's very true. Yeah.
It's mad. I mean, I've only played golf like once when we went that time, but
that's why like Tiger Woods' story is so good because like.
But his dad forced him to.
His dad forced him, and like, but he would be getting turned away from golf clubs just because like he was black, basically.
Really?
Yeah. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was the whole. That's why it was so amazing. And he like basically changed golf into this, like terms of now like. He was going back to the clubs which turned him away just because of the colour. And he's like...
I didn't know that. And it's funny because when you think of golf, you think of Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Most people couldn't name another golfer. Do you know what I mean?
Golfer of all time,
That's incredible, yeah. I didn't know that at all. So how did he manage to practice then if he wasn't allowed?
He went to obviously clubs that like... It was just certain clubs and stuff like that.
Right. But did he grow up, did he have money when he was growing up?
I don't know. I don't think he did. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like he was the equivalent of... Lewis Hamilton from money, but
then how do they even get better then if they can't really?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because I've seen videos of him like practicing with like in his house when he's like 4 with like a toy golf set kind of thing, which is crazy. But see, he's now going out with Donald Trump Jr.'s ex-wife.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Which is weird. Well, not weird, but it's funny because he's actually what's his name? Tiger is friends with Donald Trump.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Funny.
Because he posted, I saw it. Like it was like it became like a meme on Twitter where he
did a tweet about it and was like, "Can I have some privacy?"
Yeah.
I just tweet about it. No, yeah, that's quite funny.
It's funny I remember when Tiger Woods got caught cheating on his wife, and they were acting like he killed somebody. Like they done like a. Did you not see that? They done like a press conference and everything, and he's like apologizing and he's in tears and his mum's there. And his wife's there, and it's just like, oh my god! Like when looking back at it, it was so mad. If you go back and like YouTube Tiger Woods cheating press conference, he's like,
well, even that just sounds obscene, doesn't it? Having a press conference about
cheating on his wife, like it's ridiculous. And he's like apologizing, and it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's weird because I went down a rabbit hole of Tiger Woods a few weeks ago when he talking about Trump's wife and that, because he cheated on like his supermodel Swedish wife.
Yeah,
she found out, and he had to pay her like hundreds of millions, like because. 100 because they got like 2 kids together or something like that. Yeah, crazy. She's made like 200 million from being married to Tiger
Yeah.
Woods.
But that's like
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
Oh
yeah,
my
that's
god.
probably the most significant one. Well,
Yeah.
the most like well-known one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think like 3 or the 4 richest women in the world are from like divorce
Divorces,
settlements.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it?
Man, it is mad.
But yeah, Tiger Woods is a legend. But I was listening to someone say that they've been to like the Masters before, and they were saying basically it's a good experience to go, but it's better watching it on TV.
Oh, really?
Because you kind of have to stay at one hole.
Yeah,
And
you can't move. Yeah.
You can't move with the game, can you?
Yeah. But the course is just like an amazing course.
Is that Augusta?
Augusta, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can't really play on it like all year. I don't think they let people play on it all like the year round. So just save for the Masters.
Right.
And like they say that apparently like if any like me or you started on the green of every hole, we would still lose to someone starting off the tee, like a professional off the tee, because the greens are so hard and the course is so difficult.
Yeah.
It's just a mental thing to think of, but
the thing is, the amount of practice that you need to do to be good at golf is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's why I think so many people that have money do it.
That's why I like watching snooker as well.
Yeah.
It's such a skilled sport. Like, since I've been to a snooker club a few times and played pool, but like, it is just so difficult.
You don't realize how good people are.
Yeah.
Like people look at say darts, for example, and they see these big fat guys and whatever, but they're so skilled. Like to be that good at it.
Have you seen that question where it's what's harder, 147 breaking snooker, 9 darter, or hole in one in golf?
I'd say hole in one in golf.
No.
You don't think so?
That's the easiest.
How often do you see a hole in one in golf? Never.
No.
You'll see it. Okay, but you'll see 9 darters in darts in like a tournament, maybe 1 or 2. You don't really. Was there a hole in one in the last? What's just called Masters?
I'm not sure.
You never see holes in one.
No, but
like ever.
In terms of no, I do get your question in terms of if the professionals do it, maybe a hole in one might be harder, but for the average person, 147 is the hardest.
Which one is 147 again?
So that's in snooker. So you basically have to hit red, cut like red, and then black, red, black, and all the colours in one go.
I'm not saying it. I'm thinking that is difficult.
That is the hardest.
But in my opinion, I'd say hole in one golf is the hardest, 100%. Because
you don't get lucky one hole. No, like,
yeah, you can get lucky, but
you can't get lucky in the snooker. That's the thing.
But did you not think a 9 darter is harder than that?
No, I won't. But the 147 is the hardest because it's just.
I don't know. I feel like out of all of those, a hole in one is still, because I would say a hole in one is hard for a professional and a regular person.
No, if a professional did it, have you seen Bryson DeChambeau on TikTok?
No.
Where he was trying to make a hole in one over his house.
No.
So he done a TikTok trend where it's like trying one shot every day over his house to get a hole in one.
Right.
Like he had a hole in the other side of his house, and he done it after like 28 days. So that's 28 shots. He's done it.
Okay.
So like.
That's still a lot though.
No, but like 28 shots is not like that's.
That is
for a snooker player to get a 147, it's rare. Like you never really see it.
But how on average, how often does it happen? Like,
I've never seen one live, and I've watched snooker.
Okay, but do you not think? Okay, I wish we had the stats, but I reckon if we looked at who's got the most 147s, who's got the most hole in ones, and who's got the most 9 darters, I wish we could sort of compare the data and see how often it is.
I guess, yeah. With golf as well though, it's sometimes like players when they're on the short like one with the par 3s, so they can get the hole in ones.
Yeah.
They don't actually aim for the hole sometimes because then you can get a worse position.
Yeah, of course.
So they'll aim to like not get a hole in one because then it gets a better.
But then,
position.
I mean, I don't know anything about snooker, but are they always going for this 147?
No, that's true as well. So then I feel like you can't look at the stats because sometimes like the 147 might be risky, where the safe play will probably just get a snooker, like put the ball in where the other opponent can't get a easy shot.
Yeah.
So I think Paddy Power done it where they got like the best snooker player, the best darts player, and the best golfer to try and see it. They did a challenge on it, like for charity. It's on YouTube somewhere, but I don't remember what.
What do you mean they done it? They done.
So basically, they got I think it was Luke Humphreys, obviously from darts. They got someone from golf, and they got someone from snooker. I think it was Judge Trump.
Oh yeah.
And they
Is he Scottish?
English, I think.
English, yeah.
But they basically did a timer, and it was the first like whoever could do it quicker.
Keep going.
But yeah, I'm not sure who won it. I didn't watch I knew they were planning on doing it, but That might have to be on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay, maybe you're right then. But I just feel like a hole in one in golf is so. Because you need the power and you need the distance and you need luck. You do need luck to do it.
That's what I think with golf. It's like my dad's got a hole in one in golf, and
Okay.
he's like he would never be able to get a 9 darter or a 147.
Well, I feel like he could get a 9 darter though.
No,
I feel like out of all of them, 9 darter is the easiest one in my opinion.
no hole in one.
You could get lucky with darts and definitely do a 9. If you play enough darts, you could. There's definitely guys in a pub that you see up and down the country
true.
that have hit 9 darters.
Yeah,
That's way more common than.
but then I think that's what I think with snooker. Like not everyone's getting not even every.
But most people don't play snooker though.
Yeah, that's.
I've
true,
never
yeah.
people play pool, but I've never played snooker.
Yeah.
Most people have never played snooker.
Yeah.
But I reckon if you, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. You're right. I mean, it's hard to measure. I think.
No, and it's funny. 'Cause it's such a good question because everyone has different opinions on it as well.
Yeah.
So,
But I don't know. I'm still gonna say hole in one.
yeah.
Do you still use like TikTok or not really?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I thought you deleted it for a while.
No. I still use it. I don't go on it as much as I did when I was younger, but yeah, still on their Instagram reels really. I feel like I don't watch as much YouTube now.
You watch a lot of YouTube.
I don't watch as much YouTube now than I used to.
Oh, did you? I didn't know you ever did.
Well, not really. Yeah, not much, but it's just like the short clips.
Oh, I never use it. I've never watched those in my life.
What YouTube?
On short.
No. Oh no, I don't mean that. I just mean in terms of
Actual
YouTube.
videos.
Before TikTok and Instagram Reels come out, YouTube was kind of all you had to really watch videos wise.
Yeah.
But now I can't really sit down and watch like a 20-minute video. I'm like, rather if I'm just like 5 minutes, I'll just swipe for 5 minutes.
Would you say your attention span's really deteriorated?
No, because I can watch films, I watch series. It's just like I feel like YouTube. I don't know.
But do you watch things like when you're watching a series or a film, like one that you haven't seen before?
I can easily put my phone down. And got it, yeah.
Because whenever I watch something new,
yeah,
like it's like something where you have to watch, I will always turn my phone off or put it in a different room.
Yeah.
Cause I like to have undivided attention on something.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you miss certain things in a film or a series.
Yeah, you miss lots. Yeah. No.
Like when I watched Sopranos, I think that was one of the first things I didn't watch whilst I was on my phone.
Yeah.
I think it might have been the first one.
So good. Right.
And then
I still get loads of clips on.
Oh, I got so many Sopranos clips on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter and stuff. But that was the first series I watched basically without being on my phone.
Really, yeah.
And gave it my undivided attention. But when I rewatched it a couple of years later, I was like, oh, I missed that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it is interesting when you watch a series back because I've never ever done it apart from Game of Thrones. I'm doing now. I've never watched a series back.
Wow, not even Narcos or anything.
No, nothing. Yeah.
Or Breaking Bad.
No,
I
not
thought
really.
You love Breaking Bad, right?
I love Breaking Bad. Yeah.
So good.
But I've never watched a series back. But you're right. You miss things or like what series do I feel like when you watch the second time is they foreshadow. So you'll hear something and because you know what's happened already, you're like, oh,
that's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. Yeah.
You know what? I think Breaking Bad is the best show.
Better than Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Oh, I think yeah.
Yeah, but it's the same show basically. Do you know what I mean?
I think Better Call Saul was amazing.
It was, but I think the first series was a bit slow. I only kept watching.
The first two, I think, were pretty.
Well, then how can you say it's the best of the first 2 or so? There's only 3 series.
No, there's more.
No, there was 3.
Really?
There was 3. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't out that long.
I think there was 5 series.
No, because Breaking Bad finished in 2013.
No, I don't think that's right.
Mate, there was 3 or maybe 4.
No, that's 5.
And you're saying, okay, but you're still saying nearly half of them is bad.
No, but that's what I mean. I think from 3 to series 5 was just unbelievable.
Yeah, no, I think from season 2 it was brilliant.
Yeah.
But the first series, right, was slow, and I only kept watching it because Breaking Bad was so brilliant, and Mike was in it as well, and he was great.
Yeah.
But for me, Breaking Bad is the best thing I've ever seen. But I've not watched it back because the anxiety I got from that show was, I would feel so nervous watching that, thinking, oh my god, he's gonna get caught. He's gonna get caught. I couldn't take it, so sometimes I would have to watch like.
I feel like Skylar as well was like one of the most like
Skylar.
annoying characters. It was so well written because it made the viewer, for me anyway, like how could it be a character so infuriating? But yeah,
Skylar was so fucking horrible.
Yeah,
but Gus was. They were all. You know, every character was incredible.
Such a good villain.
Gustavo, Gus was incredible. Like all of them, every character in that show was amazing.
I think Game of Thrones has got a character like that as well called, well, you won't know, but Cersei from Game of Thrones.
I'm considering watching it. I was speaking about this with someone the other day. I am considering watching it.
She's probably up there in terms of villains of characters.
Apparently there's a lot of beautiful women in that show.
Yeah, well, I've got a missus, so
yeah,
in case the in-laws are watching. No, yeah. But no, yeah.
I might watch it.
Yeah, it's
Is
very
it on Sky or Netflix? Or something?
Sky Atlantic, I think.
Oh, okay, so it's
Yeah,
on Sky.
it's on Sky. But
Actually, have you seen The Last of Us? Apparently, that's really good.
yeah, there's a new series out, isn't there?
Yeah.
Is it out yet? Or
Yeah, it come out. I think
has
this
it
week.
come out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So it's same guy that's in Game of Thrones.
Game of
Pedro
Thrones,
Pascal.
Pedro Pascal, and was he?
He's in Narcos
as
as well.
well?
He's
Yeah.
been in so many things.
Yeah.
He's a great actor.
He is a really good actor.
I love that guy. But the first thing I saw of him was Narcos.
Yeah, I think that was the same for me.
Yeah, he was. What was his name?
He was the police officer.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. It was like Vera or Via or something like that.
Yeah. Narcos is another great series.
Narcos is that was actually the first thing I ever watched on Netflix. So good. So good.
Prison Break as well.
Never seen Prison Break.
Oh my god.
But I've heard that they're just going in and out of a prison, so it kind of just put me off.
It's way more than that.
But isn't there like 5 series of break? I mean, how many times can you break out of prison?
I think towards like series 4 and 5, where they may be overdoing it, but
Yeah.
series 1 is
You should watch.
good.
Oh, did you finish Snowfall?
No, I haven't finished it.
Oh my god! How can
Yeah,
you start
I
one thing
know.
and then not finish the
Yeah.
other? I don't
I'm
understand.
on
that.
like series 3 or 4. I just stopped watching it.
Oh my god, it's so good, and it's a
Yeah.
true story as well.
Yeah, that's.
Snowfall was incredible. The Wire is a good one as well.
I need to watch. I've never watched The Wire.
Oh, The Wire
I
is
have heard of it.
amazing.
Is that on Sky?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
okay,
it's
okay.
HBO. It's
Yeah.
same network as Sopranos. It came out
Yeah.
like 2 years after The Sopranos
No,
first
I
came
think
out.
that's definitely worth watching. Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. There's so many good series out there.
Yeah.
There's so many good shows and films to watch. But I think, but yeah, I've just been on the film thing recently. I've just been watching so many films.
Are they old classics, or have you watched any new films?
But what I tried to do is I tried to watch one old film.
Okay.
Like
yeah.
when I say old, like a classic, and then one newer film.
Yeah.
That's what I tried to.
Do you go cinema to watch film, or do you watch films that are already?
No, I'm watching films that are already out, but I want to see that Anora. I think that
I
one film of the
understand
year. It's basically, I think it's
Is that in
about.
cinema, or is that?
Yeah, it
Okay.
came out in cinema. I want to go watch that. I might watch it this weekend actually.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Have you seen Uncut Gems?
Yeah.
Oh, I rewatched that again. I've seen that a few times, but I rewatched it a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So good.
That film gave me a bit like that's
Oh,
anxiety.
me
factor,
too.
Yeah.
Especially and when I watched it again, when I know what's gonna happen,
Yeah.
the acting in that is so good because I had never really. I mean, I'd seen Adam Sandler in films, but
I love Adam.
he had
Sandler.
done so many just like silly films,
Yeah.
and I'd never seen him do a serious
Have
role.
you seen the one where he's done the basketball coach?
No, I haven't seen
That's
it.
a really good one. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you mean,
Yeah,
but I haven't
that's
seen
a
it.
really good one as well.
He's really into basketball. He plays
Yeah.
basketball like every day. He
he
said.
goes down to the court just like.
Yeah. He
the
apparently he
park.
said he's really good. Apparently.
Yeah, he is really good.
He's funny though. I like Adam
Yeah.
Sandler. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he's
need to go. I've seen Happy Gilmore. That's
Yeah.
a fun film. But yeah, so when I first watched, I watched it in lockdown because it came out.
yeah.
It came out a few months before lockdown, and I was like, this is unbelievable. It was
Yeah.
so good, so good, and like the Weeknd's playing himself in like a small cameo and stuff.
Yeah.
That was good. Julia Fox was incredible as well.
No, Netflix there's loads of good films. I think there's a new series of Black Mirror's come out as well.
I've never seen Black Mirror.
That's good. That's and it's weird because like some of the first series of Black Mirror, obviously it was sci-fi, but like some of the things are actually happening in real life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you watch? Did you watch Adolescence on Netflix?
Yeah.
What did you think?
I thought it was really good.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I can't believe they filmed it all in one shot.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Obviously, you're the media guy, so you can probably explain it to me more. But
No, so
how can
basically,
they do it in one?
so
first
I
sitting?
I spoke to some of the camera guys that I work with, or I'm working with at the moment, and I was like, how did they film it in all in
Yeah.
one shot? So they said a lot of it was handheld.
Yeah.
So I was like, what about the scene? You know where the kid jumped out the window?
They switched camera, didn't they? Or-
No, so it was something like basically they sort of followed him and pushed the camera out with him,
Yeah.
and I was like, that is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Cause
They had someone the other side to catch it to then quickly.
Because so could you imagine the amount of takes they must have had to
Yeah.
do? Because if someone makes one mistake, they've got to do the whole thing again and again.
But then it was interesting. I've seen interviews with the characters after, in terms of how they've improvised, but they've left it in. So, you know, the interview with the episode was with the psychologist and
Oh, with
kid.
with the woman.
the woman. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a brilliant. I think
And,
that might have been the best one.
He apparently like she yawned that wasn't in there, and the kid went, "Oh, you tired?" or something like that, and they kept it in. So that wasn't actually even scheduled, but
wow.
they've introed and like
Yeah. That's
yeah.
mad.
Or he said something like, "I'm boring you."
Oh yeah. I think I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah. When they got the sandwich or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible.
But like
that kid's gonna win a lot of awards.
yeah, I mean apparently as well that's his first ever acting. He was not acting job.
Really?
Yeah, and
Wow, that's crazy.
what's the Stephen Graham?
Oh,
He said
Stephen
that
Graham's
he
incredible.
said that he didn't want anyone who'd been at drama school. So that kid had not been to drama
So
school.
why would he want someone that's doesn't know how to act? But
It was to do with, you have to watch the interview with Stephen Graham because I don't want to say it in case I say something like misquote him, but
doesn't matter.
it's something to do with, he basically said he didn't want someone, he wanted someone who was raw because that's what the role wanted.
Right.
So like, just in terms of, he didn't want he didn't want it to feel like it was acting.
Right.
He wanted to make it feel like it was real.
Right.
So that's why they got someone who had not been to drama school or acting at all.
That's crazy, yeah. And there was actually a lot of big actors in that show. Obviously, Ashley Waters, who did Top Boy and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I've never seen The Crown, but the woman that was interviewing the kid was in The Crown. She was like was like one of the queens or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I thought it was brilliant. But it's weird. It started like all this discourse about so many other things.
Yeah.
And people are like arguing about it. I'm like, it's just a good show. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly,
I think people just get carried away with these
or
things.
like overthink things, or just like
Everything's got to have like a message or something. I don't think they were doing that. I think they were just like making a show basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great. Stephen Graham's been in so many films and like shows, and he's a brilliant actor and director. Yeah. I think he directed it as well.
Yeah.
And I've watched so many films that he's been in. Have you seen? You've seen The Gentleman, haven't you?
Yeah.
Have you seen the series?
The series.
So they made a series, like a spin-off series from the film.
Yeah.
Last year on Netflix,
Yeah.
really good. Like,
yeah.
just fun.
Series, yeah.
Like, and I don't know if you've seen, because obviously Guy Ritchie's the guy that makes those.
Yeah.
Have you seen like any of his films?
Yeah, the Snatch.
Snatch is incredible.
Yeah,
oh man,
Snatch
I need to rewatch that.
That is a great film.
Yeah, you know what's funny?
What films is
Sorry, go on.
Guy Ritchie done?
Rock and Roll is another good one. I don't know if you've seen that. Oh, it's brilliant. So it's like, I think it's like Stephen Graham, Idris Elba.
Do you prefer The Gentleman, the film, or the series?
I think I like both, but
The film, I think.
I think the film.
Yeah.
When because I saw the film the day it came out, which was New Year's Day, 2020,
Yeah.
and I watched it with my dad. We watched it in Croydon, and there's a part with Colin Farrell and Bugsy Malone where they're looking for this girl, and they're like, oh, she's from the posh part of Croydon, and like Colin Farrell goes, oh, there is no posh part of Croydon, and I watched that in Croydon, and everyone was cracking up.
Yeah.
And then a couple of weeks later, I went up to Sheffield, watched that same film.
Yeah.
Like no one laughed.
Yeah.
So it's just like, but yeah, it's a brilliant film.
Yeah.
The cast is incredible as well.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is great. Such a great film.
Yeah. There's a lot of my favourite actors are in that film. I think probably my favourite actor is Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, he is so good.
Yeah. Do you like a lot of his films?
Well, Interstellar is like one of my favourite films.
I like Interstellar, but I think it's a good film, but I think I've seen way better. People talk about it like it's the best film ever.
Well, I don't know.
You said that. My mate Ben said that's the best film he's ever seen in his life.
It is amazing.
I think it's good, but I think I've seen better films in my opinion.
I think the ending is just quality.
I might have to rewatch it, but I enjoyed it. I remember I enjoyed it, but I thought, I've seen better films than this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Matthew McConaughey's been. Have you seen Dallas Buyers Club?
Yeah,
I think that's his best performance.
Great film, yeah.
Such a good film. Yeah. I like a lot of those old school Italian gangster films as well. Italian American, like The Godfather.
Yeah.
Goodfellas.
Yeah, they're just all classics, aren't they?
Yeah, I just love all of those like Al Pacino films.
Yeah,
and
Robert De Niro. Yeah.
So many good films. Have you watched The Godfather?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So good.
Yeah. I watched it for ages though.
Oh, I watched it. Yeah, I haven't watched it in like 7 years.
No.
It's so good though. But yeah, that's why I love films, because there's so many things I haven't seen.
Yeah.
With all of these great actors, and there's so many. How I usually look for films is I'll type in on, on Google, if you type in.
It's 8:05.
Is it 8:05? I'll go change it. Let me just turn it down. Oh. Tuck into the sweet side.
Alright, I think I went too early doors. Started feeling sick, but I have to go back. Fight for it.
Yeah, I'm a bit bloated from them, to be fair.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah, we'll do like another 10, 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Go back and watch Big Brother.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to turn off my phone so I can't see who got evicted,
yeah.
because I might be a bit late.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch the episode from the night before, skip through everything, and then watch it.
How's Chris Hughes doing in there?
Yeah, he's doing well, I think, but you can tell that he's very media trained.
Oh.
Like you can tell that he's been on reality shows, and like he works in TV. Like you can tell that he knows what he's doing. And some of the, when they nominate people, some of their reasons are like, people will always give a reason like, oh, I think this person's playing a game, this and that. And I think some of them have noticed that he really knows what he's quite clued on. Do you know what I mean? So I guess it kind of puts some people off. But I like him though. I think he's alright.
I think he's alright. And like, I know he kind of has sometimes that kind of not dumb persona, but in Love Island anyway.
Oh
he's
yeah.
Switched on. I actually think he's.
No, to be fair, I think in Love Island he was pretty thick, but he's more switched on now. Yeah. He's definitely smart. He's grown up, I guess. Because that was like 8 years ago. He was on Love Island.
That was a good series.
That was one of the. That was the first one I watched actually.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I'd never seen the ones before that. 2017. That was the first one I ever watched, and it was incredible.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think Love Island's going a bit?
I think
a bit washed now. Or?
I think Love Island's really good, but I think maybe if they take it off the air for a year or two, everyone would watch it again.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been on so long, and they
did the winter one.
Yeah, I know it's my favorite show, but I think if they sort of paused it for a bit, you know, like back in the day, everyone would watch it. Like mums, dads, families would watch it.
Everyone, I mean, I don't think I really watched the last one properly. Like,
Nah, I mean, I watched it because I watch every single one. But a few years ago, everyone watched it. Do you know what I mean? And now it's a bit like, we've seen it.
Yeah.
It's good to sort of take shows away, then bring them back.
Yeah.
Like with Big Brother, they took it off the air for like 4 or 5 years. It came back, and now they're getting like millions of views. But yeah, would you ever want to go on a game show or like a quiz show or something?
Yeah, I quite like I like watching the 1% Club. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I have, but it really frustrates me. 1%
why?
Club, because I get most of the questions, but then there's 1 or 2 that you don't get, and I'm like, oh, it's so annoying getting out.
Or the chase. I love the chase.
The chase is amazing, but would you want to go on it though? Do you think that's the best way to win money?
No, I don't think it's I think it's quite a hard show to win money on.
Do you think so? I feel like it depends who you're paired up with as well. As long as you make it through your bit, I think you can do quite well.
Imagine you go for the big offering and someone takes them off.
Do you know what show I'd love to go on? Pointless.
I think Pointless is hard.
But you're with a partner. I feel like you got to give the most pointless answer. So I feel like it's not too bad.
You can't get carried on that show. So even if you've got a partner,
you can't get what?
Carried. So like, because there's a round where you
give
your own answer.
I think Pointless is great. I love Pointless.
But who wants to be a millionaire? I feel like it's quite an easy way to get money as well.
I feel like I could do that as well. Yeah. I don't know. Have you ever seen?
Not a million.
Have you ever seen
I feel
Jeopardy?
like you can get to like 16K pretty easy.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire would be a good one. I think because sometimes I see the questions, I'm like, I could easily do this.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
You could get to 10K easy with lifelines, and then it starts to get trickier.
I think the best quiz shows really you need options.
Yeah.
Because if you're like, wow, I don't know anything, you can get really stuck.
Yeah, like shows like Eggheads or like.
You don't want to do
challenge.
You don't want to do the ones with the really smart people.
Countdown, yeah.
Or Countdown is just that's a write-off. Like, I don't think anyone ever wins with Countdown, surely. And I think actually you sent me these stats where you gave me, like the chasers win percentage.
Oh yeah.
It's all averaging around 80%, which means 8 times out of 10 they win. So that means 2 in 10 you're gonna actually win some money.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And I actually worked with a guy that worked on the chase.
Oh, really?
And he was telling me how they would look for people. They would say they would want someone that was like, that's funny. They would always want to get someone like funny, get someone who was decent, and also they would want to get someone that could potentially be, if they were really good, to be on the show themselves one day, like as a chaser, like that Irish guy.
The Irish guy, yeah.
So and I thought they just wanted to get the smartest or the dumbest people, but that's not how it works.
No.
I'd love to go on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you ever like if you was a celeb? Would you want to do like I'm a Celeb or something or Celebrity Big Brother?
Don't think Big Brother.
Why not?
Well, I've not really watched Big Brother, but I feel like I guess it is a bit like I feel like I'm a Celeb, just a bit different. Like you're in the jungle.
I wouldn't want to be in the jungle though.
Yeah, it is actually quite scary as well, like animals and.
Nothing bad is gonna happen, but I wouldn't like you're just uncomfortable basically.
Yeah.
You got no food.
No.
You got weird animals climbing in your ass. Do you know what I mean? Like. I wouldn't want any of that kind of stuff.
It's good to lose weight though. Loads of celebrities lose so much weight on there.
But you could lose weight anyway, and I feel like you're just going to put it back on because it's right before Christmas.
Yeah. No, that's very true.
But they do get, even though I don't really watch I'm a Celeb anymore, they do get some very good...
Would you go on any shows or Love Island or...
Oh, I'd love to go on Love Island.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But what I think is, like, basically saying you're washed is like the Love Island All-Stars.
Oh, yeah. That just means I just want to be famous, basically.
Basically, yeah.
I think it's that's why I like the older series of Love Island, because people were going on there and didn't really know what was going to in the end going to end up. Yeah. Now people are going on there to be influencers,
like a career move, yeah. Which is annoying because those early days when everyone was I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Because this show wasn't popular. No one thought, oh well, I'll go on this show and I'll become. Yeah. It just sort of happened. No. Because before that, early, mid 2010s, late 2010s, influencer culture wasn't really a thing, was it? It sort of got bred from that show where people then became famous from Love Island.
I think I know there were still celebrities and influencers before, but Molly May really like.
She changed the game.
kicked it
She
off,
changed the game. Yeah, Molly May.
Yeah.
She, I would say probably Molly May.
That was one of your favourite series, wasn't it? Molly May's one that come out.
It was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good one. Right. But I think in terms of Love Island contestants, she's probably done better than anyone from Love Island.
Yeah.
Like
the
the
most
career she's
successful,
had.
Yeah.
Because she's so popular.
Yeah.
Like I like her. I think most people
Yeah.
like her, don't they? I mean, the amount of people that I remember when Molly May split up with Tommy Fury, even though I don't care about any of this stuff.
Yeah.
The amount of girls that I follow that liked that post was
Yeah.
like mental.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Yeah.
Or like when she was pregnant, people were like commenting like they know her. I just think it's crazy to me.
My missus said they're back together now, but I don't know if that.
Oh yeah, do you know what? Funnily enough, this Molly May come up on my For You page the other day.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, let me have a look. All the comments, it's like she's on holiday with like her baby or something. All the comments are like, oh, I just know Tommy took this pic. I'm so happy you guys are back together. I'm like, oh my god, like, jeez.
Yeah.
But what was that Molly May series on? Was it on Amazon?
Amazon, I think. Yeah.
Was it any good?
You tell me.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
No.
I can imagine that done really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't actually watch it.
Oh, okay. Fair.
Yeah.
I reckon that done really well. But did you actually watch the series when they were in Love Island?
Yeah.
Because I remember everyone was saying like
That was a good series.
that was really good.
Yeah,
And Maura, the Irish girl.
yeah. Oh, Maura was
Everyone was
great.
saying how she's just using him for like fame and
Yeah.
money, which didn't really turn out to be the case, I guess. in the end.
No. Oh, there's nothing better than Curtis's clip where he goes like, "Oh, I want to be the person that makes everyone copy."
Mate, that was one of the goated.
Yeah, Jordan was on there as well. Anna.
Was he? Oh my god,
Yeah.
that series was actually
Yeah,
really good.
goated,
Yeah, Jordan, and I forgot all about that. Oh my
Oh.
god, that was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh god,
And then there was the guy that what's his name, Scott, or where like Moore invited him to the hideaway, and he went, "Oh, it'd be great to see if she's all mouth or not."
oh my god, that was so funny, and it was like, and then she was like, "What did you say?"
Yeah.
And then he was like,
I
"I
just
don't know why."
said-
He said it to Lat, and they're all like laughing at him.
Oh my god.
Honestly, one of the
That
funniest
is one of the
things
best series. Yeah.
I've ever seen in my life. That was hilarious. Man, Love Island's had some great moments back in the day.
Yeah.
Do you know what's mad as well? Like, it's weird. It feels like a lifetime ago that Caroline Flack was the presenter.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And then obviously what happened with her, and then they had
That Laura wasn't very successful, was she?
Laura thingy, but she was already a producer on the show, I
Yeah.
think. And then Maya Jama's really good, I think.
Yeah,
She's great. She actually looks better than all the girls that actually ever been on the show.
Everyone says that, yeah.
Yeah. She's incredible. I'd marry her in a heartbeat. But she's
with
with Ruben Diaz now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's not fair to be honest. I don't know how they ever have time to see each other.
Yeah, she must be from Manchester.
She's from Bristol.
Is she from Bristol? She must
But
be
I think
Manchester.
she lives in London. But
Oh,
I don't know.
really?
But I guess
Yeah.
to be honest, when you got that much money, you can go wherever you want,
Yeah,
whenever
exactly.
you want. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But still, I was a bit gutted. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought you had a chance.
Well, she was with some basketball player for a while
Oh,
before she
really?
was after she broke up with Stormy.
Stormzy, yeah.
Gutted. She should have been the one. Mate, and then they got yeah, I'm trying to think with those reality shows. Yeah, they have their ups and downs basically, where they are like really popular and then they're not. Like, do you watch The Traitors?
Oh yeah, I love The Traitors.
Yeah, I've only
that's really
seen
good. Yeah.
the first one.
No, The Traitors is really good.
I know it's good, but I only committed. I watched the first one a couple of years ago.
I've not watched it though, but apparently the American one is like even more funnier because they're like there's less watershed, so
Oh yeah,
they like will like be like swearing at each other.
yeah.
Or...
American TV, there's no rules.
Is it? Yeah.
When you work on a show in the UK, there's a lot more restrictions.
Oh, okay,
where
really?
you got to do things like welfare checks, and you got to like check someone's background and mental health and all of this stuff,
Yeah.
like their family, their social media. In America, there's basically none of that.
Yeah.
You can do what you want,
Wow.
and they're not gonna bend over backwards. They want the best show. They don't care about all of this. Oh, we've got to care after this person. Oh, they can't say that. There's no rules essentially.
Yeah.
So you're right. That's probably why
Yeah.
it's better basically.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever watched those shows like Love Is Blind and stuff? Or-
I've watched a couple. I think I watched the first series of that, but I've watched
I watched one.
I watched
last
Married
year.
at First Sight. Have you seen that one?
I've never seen it because there's like 36 episodes of series.
Yeah, it's a big series. Yeah, it's easy. That's like you could just watch having dinner. Or
Yeah,
on your
yeah,
phone.
yeah.
Like, that's easy watching.
Yeah.
But
So what is the format of the show? Is it just like you meet
So-
someone on the wedding day? Is that how it works?
yeah, you basically just meet someone on your wedding day, and then you basically have to go off on holiday together straight away. As like your
Right.
honeymoon.
Right.
Then you have to live together, and you're doing it with other couples as well. So like, you then end up seeing like some couples like going with other couples and
Yeah.
like swapping partners and stuff, like, or like going behind someone's back.
Yeah.
Because you're all in the same apartment block.
Oh, I see. Got
Yeah.
you.
But
So so let me get this straight. So on Married at First Sight, they meet on the wedding day. There's not like a chat before or anything.
Apparently it's.
Oh my God.
Apparently it is. You just meet the person at the end of the aisle.
And what happens if you don't want to do it? Can you say no, or is it like, oh no?
No, so basically you have meetings with the experts who are like the relationship coaches and stuff. And if you both decide to leave, you can leave the show, so you don't have to stay in throughout the whole process.
Oh, I see. But it's probably best to stay in if you want to get some airtime or something.
Yeah, exactly. And you can. But it is funny how you say that, because sometimes you do see the disappointment in some people's faces when they don't get paired to someone who they.
Oh my God. Yeah, because I don't know if you've seen Love Is Blind. So the way it works on that show is they're in pods and they speak for like a week. And say there's a boy's house and a girl's house, and they meet in the middle, but they can't see each other.
Yeah. And
they all have chats with each other, and they find out who they like from the chats.
Yeah. And they get jealous, don't they?
Oh, it's so weird. And the thing is, what's weird about that show is they are desperate to find someone.
Yeah.
It's really sad in a way, because they got to like resort to going on a show where they can't see someone. I don't know how someone could do that.
Yeah.
I know it's not all about looks, but you kind of need to know what they look like. I feel like that's just pure desperation in my opinion. It's weird, very weird. But I would never go on a dating show like that.
No, yeah.
I want to see that second series of Bad Boyfriends. That looks good.
Bad Boyfriend.
That's the show Tom was on.
Oh yeah. I didn't actually watch it.
Yeah, so the place I'm working now makes that show.
Oh,
I had no idea. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I want to watch. Yeah, that Bad Boyfriends show was quite interesting. I only watched it because of Tom. I didn't even hear about it.
That's Olivia Atwood, isn't it?
Yes, Olivia Atwood. Yeah. That's Olivia Atwood. It was good.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I had no idea he was on it. And what was weird is
Did he enjoy it being on it?
Yeah, he loved it.
Yeah.
And what was funny, the girl that produced the show was a girl that I worked with on Big Brother.
Oh, okay.
And I worked with her a few times on different stuff.
Oh, maybe you could work on that show then.
Are
they making a series too?
Yeah, they are. But I think they're gonna be. I'd be working on something else maybe. Yeah. But otherwise, I would. It'd be good. And I think they film it in like Greece or Turkey for like a month or something. Oh, wow. Yeah, which would be fun. I'd love to do a show. Well, actually, not. I wouldn't want to be a contestant, but to work on a show that would be cool.
I was gonna say, would you like to work on a foreign show?
I would. Yeah, I've never done a shoot abroad.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I say foreign show, it'd be like a UK show, but
abroad.
That would be cool. Like I've worked with people who said they've done abroad shoots and they say it's really fun. Like some people that I work with have worked at like a place in the sun, or they've done Love Island. I worked with loads of people that have worked on Love Island. They said it's great. Yeah. In South Africa and in Spain. Yeah. Which is cool. I'd like to do something like that. That'd be cool. I'd actually like to do I'd love to work somewhere like Sky or DAZN or TNT. Okay, imagine going to like the games and stuff, or the boxing. That'd be cool.
So cool, yeah.
Like seeing all these fights and all these like big events and stuff.
Like, apparently they're amazing, like in Saudi, the events and stuff like that.
Yeah, they seem to be getting better in Saudi. Yeah, like I don't know if you watched Better Beer versus Bivol a few months ago. Oh, it's such a good fight.
Was it? Yeah. Yeah,
the things are getting better in Saudi.
Yeah.
I'd like to see how it's going to be. I think they're doing the World Cup in like 10 years.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? Yeah.
Do you know what's mad? Actually, I was speaking about this with someone the other day. So the World Cup next year is in America, and then the next Olympics is also in America. Yeah. That's going to be good.
Wow,
yeah. I was like, and I saw someone say when Trump got elected, it'd be so funny if England will win the World Cup. It's going to be like Trump handing the World Cup to Harry Kane. Yeah. That'd be so funny. I just don't know why that'd be hilarious. If I could get tickets for that, I'd love to go.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah, but it's in Mexico and America and Canada.
Yeah, and Canada, yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to spread it across like East, West and Central. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, and the final's in New Jersey, when you know where Sopranos is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Imagine doing like that, going out for the final. And
yeah, but I wonder if it would be like a messed up time zone for us, because if they're going to do it at like 8 o'clock in the evening for them, maybe it would be at like 1 o'clock in the morning for us. I don't know.
Yeah, surely they wouldn't do that.
Well, they might do, because obviously it's for the.
Is it an evening World Cup?
Well, they're 6 hours behind us, aren't they?
No, but like, do they normally do the final of the World Cup at night? I don't know.
Yeah, it's usually at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't. I think they might do it a bit earlier for the European crowd. Yeah. Anyway, we can wrap this up. Cheers, buddy. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Yeah. Thanks.
Well done. Thank you, mate.
Perfect.
Have yourself some more sweets.